Hello Fortnite fans, my name is Misin, and in today's video I'll be dropping Battlewood Boulevard 100 times. A new chapter is upon us, and thus a new map with new locations. I can't wait to show you what came out of this one. Battlewood Boulevard is located on the south of this new map, as well as hosting a lot of space, which means there's a lot of potential for a drop spot. And I endured all of that for 100 games to see if I could get better at Fortnite while dropping the same location 100 times. And so, all credit to Luke the Notable for the video idea and format. And I'll just get in and show you game number 1. And welcome to the first game that will lead to 100. This video is definitely going to be a good one, so I'd highly recommend you stick and watch till the end. I mean, when I'm hitting shots like this through like slim windows, you gotta stick and watch till the end. He came out of the house to try and kill me, and I was shooting his wall to try and replace it, and it wasn't working. Double pickaxe his wall, and he still wasn't able to replace it back. Visual sound effects tell me there's a guy in the building, but he's in reality on the roof. Another fellow Ice Spice came in third party and got a lot of health off me. And had a really bad shot that she took a shit ton of health off me. Shockwaved up, and it was able to get a crap ton of damage on her as well back. 56 HP, she should have just taken the shot on me. Made it out and found one of the guys with the boss medallion and headshot sniped him and really made him panic. Eventually knocked him, and you know, I had to finish the job right when I slid down the mountain to do it and couldn't hit a shot for a couple seconds. The elimination on the bottom was a bot, and I found this Bruno and sniped at him. Leads to nothing, and I'm eventually killing this guy while getting double teamed on by another person. Got stuck on a ledge and nothing good comes out of it. Exactly. Who isn't that good? I die off spawn, unfortunately. Hey, I got the surfing drop-in thing for game 3. Not really a fan of it. I mean, it's better now, but I'm still not a big fan of it. Just really can't choose where to land, which is like a big part of Fortnite if you recall correctly. Game 4, I went to the car dealership garage section. This is my favorite drop spot out of the entirety of Battlewood, and I'll go into the reason why later. Found a default later on, he was pretty good. They're misleading now. Another person came down to third party us, and I found him, and I eventually swiftly dealt with him. Pretty hurt from rotating from Battlewood, and I saw this other person, and I hit a crazy shot on her. Later on, she didn't account for me giving her a back shot. Hey yo, pause. I was 100 HP, I don't know why this guy didn't shoot me back or anything. Maybe because of panic. Later on, I found a guy that definitely accidentally queued for build mode. This guy was so slow and not good at all. Yeah, make sure you select zero build next time, bro. Ran into the boss guy, though, and I cracked his shield pretty well. Later on, I eventually chased him down because he ran from me and I got shot from behind. Storm came in. Yeah. Storm upon both of us, we get into a box with each other. He kills me first, but he dies to Storm. Only people that landed at Battlewood this game were bots, and this is the first real player encounter I'm having. Leads to nowhere, and we both have Hassan guns, and we start electrifying each other. However, I'm lower. Another person hears the commotion and pulls up to see what the party's about, and I get my ship blown straight off by Charlie Kirk. I did not know he resurrected to play Fortnite. Didn't know he was chill like that. Well, none of my games are chill. I have to go through this constantly. Alright, let's not get sprayed by a minigun this time. Nobody expects the side jumps. Literally. Found another person and we started duking it out, and I tried taking his walls, but it wasn't really working that well, and I realized I made a bad window edit there. I was able to get his wall, and then from there it just went downhill for him. He escaped out the wrong place. Am I the only one that thinks self-revives and solos are just useless? Well, at the time of recording this, they got replaced with that Kenny's respawn token, which is way better than the self-revive, but you get the point, man. And at the time this video gets put out, it's probably replaced with the self-revive again. Got caught up in all the fighting that the storm overtook us, and you can probably guess what happens next. I am now going to show you and demonstrate why shockwaves were a huge problem in Fortnite. If you don't see the problem there, I'm convinced that you are a troglodyte blind person. And you have no idea how much I wanted to emote on that guy if I were to kill him. People who behave like that in normal VR games just need to be extinct, I'm telling you. When shockwaves got removed, you had no idea how happy I was to finally have fights where people didn't run away like a rat every single fucking game. He had a self-revive, so I tried letting him get up, but then I got shot, so I had to finish him. Nothing good happens after. Literally nothing good. Found myself in an altercation later on with Storm behind my back, almost about to rotate in. If this shotgun would have done more damage here, I would have been dead, or if I didn't build in time. And just out of curiosity, how do people actually like the lever? Like seriously, who likes that gun? I've never met a single soul who actually likes that gun. Dude shotgun away, so I chased him down into the little two houses here that become very prominent throughout this 100 drops. Hiding in this building, but I got shot from behind, which slowed my health significantly. Storm came upon us and I had to run, and this was mainly just a reposition because I was going to try and get a pick off a kill, but unfortunately when I was healing, a John Wick came up behind me and started to shoot me. When he did, I couldn't fight back because my shotgun was no damage. Person running and hiding in the store, and I came down and chased her, and she almost got away, but I was able to shotgun her. I don't know if this is a bot or this is a real person, but I think it's a real person just by that name, so I'm going to include it. Don't know why people mantle up on my builds thinking I'm not going to shoot them, like I'm not oblivious. This dude did some shit out of Call of Duty, literally shockwaved up and then 360 no-scoped me, literally. Well, I'm over-exaggerating, but you can tell he played COD and was a sniper back in the day. I'm telling you, this fighting never stops, especially when you're by these houses. While healing, Storm came in and I really couldn't afford to lose any health, so I shockwaved out, even though I kinda didn't want to, but I died. This guy was not ready for my shot. Yeah, nothing interesting happens unless my death. 2 kills, but those 2 kills were bots and I died early. Still haven't won. I should lock in now. Was at the gas station and I saw someone on that hill, so I immediately ran up to try and kill them. I really need to stop editing doors, I'm saying it's ruining my clips and everything. I'm gonna build battle with the guy, but someone started to shoot at us, so I thought he was knocking us down, so I immediately shockwaved out of there. I really don't want to be a victim of another person third-partying and shooting us down and killing me. Trying to find somewhere to, you know, snipe, and, well, got a third-party here. Dude was shooting my builds, and yeah, I ripped through my wall pretty easily, so this guy's gonna push on me now. I couldn't go down and box fight him because I don't have the health to, and, well, I could get sniped from somebody here because there's 8 people left still. Probably could have shockwaved here, but I didn't know there was a person up on that mountain, and yeah, he killed me. I have no idea what happened. My screen just blacks out. I have no idea. But you can see I died. Up on the roof. Didn't see it. Died. Hit a snipe on somebody, then followed them up by shooting at them. Then I rushed the other guy that he was shooting at. Maybe it's a bot. I have no idea. I'm just gonna let this play. Found myself in a kerfuffle with another jinx out there. Escalates where there's like 4 people around us. This person was just sitting on the roof, just shooting at us, so I tried punishing her for it. So he tried to wingsuit away, and I sniped him for it. Ran into Lethal Labs where I found this one person and I pumped her, and then Travis Scott came over to kill me, and he did, unfortunately. Game 17 Battlewood was lonely. Found somebody and they reverted to using the lightning gun to try and kill me. Later on I found somebody in the fields running and I sniped them, but I took some damage off of it. They came over to try and start a fight with me and they were not healthy at all for it. Later on after healing I found the guy out in the open and I cracked him pretty hard with my legendary enforcer, shockwaved over to come and finish the job, and he did. He was pretty oblivious to me. So you can guess what happens next after another guy was shooting us. He came in the rush in for the kill and I was able to kill him, but left significantly scarred and another person came over. Again. I was able to get out of that sticky situation and I took the high ground and do it myself and I hit the wall instead of him. He didn't last any longer. Final circle was going to take place near Humble Hills. 4 people left and I was able to get an insane snipe on this guy. I don't understand why snipers don't one-shot headshot. It just feels really weird to me. Literally sniping everyone right now. 1v1 and I'm not in a good position, but this guy is up, so I wanted to try and take an opportunity, but he had a wingsuit. Build battle time. Unfortunately, I'm not in the mood for one of these, especially because of my materials. Because we were so high up, I was afraid that he was going to use his wingsuit to get down and eventually chop us out. So I got down and tried shooting him. He fell, and I was able to knock him. And I even gave him a little bit of time to self-revive. But I didn't let him go for too long. Am I the only one that doesn't like the new death screen? Or is that just me? Back at the car garages, and I saw this other guy trying to contest me. It eventually conspires into a build battle, which I was able to kill him because he made a mistake of mantling. He came out thinking he was going to fight a weakened opponent, but I was pretty strong. And hey, for the first time, and maybe the last time, I used a DeLorean to get some sweet loot. Unfortunately, because there's red dot ARs in the loot pool, I really shouldn't be picking up the Scar, but I don't really get to do this often, so I picked it up anyway. I am behind my builds. Please tell me how this guy's shots connect to my body. Yeah, you know that this doesn't end well, unfortunately for me. Was this bot suicidal? I don't know. I stood there in shock, though. Build battle galore. Third party came in, didn't matter. I was able to get the kill by another guy accidentally mantling. Later on, found this other guy and just completely outmaneuvered him, essentially. Came behind him and missed my shot, but I still was able to kill him. Leads to me putting myself in a bad position later on, and yeah, it doesn't really go well for me. Game 20 ain't that fun. Lasered this guy with my red IAR, and then I started to use the snowball launcher and obviously be annoying with it, because what else am I going to do when he's rocking away? He ran away for a bit and then came running back, and I was able to merely kill him by a miracle. After killing a bot, I pretty much got attacked, and then the guy shot over to kill me. Found the boss and tried to kill her. Obviously, by looking at my inventory, I killed her, but I did not pick up the boss medallion. I mean, boss medallion just isn't worth picking up. It's got so many trade-offs that you really shouldn't be picking it up. I was running away, so on 58 health, I chased him down, and he did not expect for me to attack him behind. Roaming around, found his fish in the forest, and I went to go kill him, and I did. Yeah, I don't got much more to show after that. I really got nothing to say here. I just got clipped and died. At the moment, I'm on a time crunch, so I'm just gonna edit the kills. You know, I really love this bridge and this road, but the thing is that it kind of gets in the way of the whole POI. Don't know what your thought process was, sitting there, medkitting and everything, but it didn't work for you. One guy in that 1x1, the other guy's up on Lily's Brute. I don't know what to do. Eventually, later on, got into another fight where I held a significant disadvantage against this guy. Staying down, and I got sniped. Am I the only one that believes that I would rather have chiller grenades than blizzard grenades? I mean, yeah, the blizzard grenades help me there, but I'd still rather have the chiller grenades. That's an ice. Those are more fun. Didn't even say anything more. Some guy just hit me for fat damage, and yeah, bad things happen. I just got out of the time jump, and I'm immediately jumping him. Running into a room with no, other exit is beyond me. Trying to kill somebody, but he got killed before I could land my bullet on him. Got into a fight with 4 people, and I didn't last long. 2 bot kills, and I definitely could have went about this better. I probably should have done a side jump, but I ran right into him. I don't know if this is a bot or a real player, I can't tell. Later on, got into a fight with a snow Miku and died. Chased down into a building, placed a wall, but I couldn't kill him because he had shotguns. Surfing mechanic put me all the way over here, and I gotta glide all the way to Battlewood. Protecting myself with a little wall from the floor edit, and I was able to kill this guy before he could even get out. Probably should have edited that door better. Later on, I found myself in a fight with another person, and he was pretty sneaky with all of it. Another person tried to profit off the fight, and he didn't know shit, so he started running and being scared and all that good shit. Doesn't matter, I die later because I made a stupid decision. Leaving Battlewood on 2 bot kills. Ran around a little bit and found another guy at the little base down there. Guy up there just camping. Ran over a little bit and I saw another guy that tried killing me, and I was able to outmaneuver him and killed him pretty well, and actually no-scoped him. Nearly hit my 3 or my SMG button just out of panic, and I was able to no-scope him, which is pretty funny to me. Usually, that never happens. Usually, I miss, and I die. This Eric Cartman skin was just pissing me off the entire time, literally. Kept camped in height, so I just waited with my patience, and I eventually killed him, and somehow he did not land a single shot on me. Don't really got a lot of health, so I'm not really confident in going out there and, you know, trying to shoot people and shit, so I'm just gonna stay in my bush. Now, he's running from Storm, so I have the perfect opportunity to kill him, and I do, but the thing is, I was trying to look for heals that I ran into Storm, and it was a 5-tick, which, yeah, obviously I'm not gonna... Maybe we can win game 33. It'd be nice to win the 1/3 of the 100 drops, or essentially it is. Gold Rush came on, and you know what happens next. Found another guy in the little ticket booth thing, and then I went to go and kill him, which I built over his head and got a decent shot on him. He died by another bot that swooped in last minute and killed him. Now that guy in the brick structures, I'm gonna try and kill him first because he's better than the other person, and if I kill him, I can secure the win. I'm kinda just praying that the other person is going to notice this and he's gonna shoot the better guy, not me. Storm was coming and I had to crash pad out of there because I was not about to die to Storm again. And when I was sliding down thinking I was safe, another guy, the other guy that I mentioned before, shot at me. Yeah, it didn't go to my plan. Another man tried to roll up on me and I gave him the business. My plan was there and then he came over and I clipped him with my double shotguns. You know, bro, if you're gonna play like this, just take the phase out of your name. It's better for all of us. You don't have to embarrass yourself like this ever again if you could just take phase out of your name. To be quite frank with ya, I'm even surprised people still have phase in their names. You know, not replacing walls and pyramids above you is a big mistake, but thank God my aim was ass for this guy. I'll be honest, this guy had absolutely no idea what he was doing. Right, bro, I get it. You love this game a lot. You know, a little too much. You know, this Flex SMG is really starting to grow on me. I actually really started to like it near the end of the 100 drops. Went to the vending machines to partake in capitalism and brought a couple drinks for me. Top 3, and if this guy was smart, he'd see the crown go off and know I'm in my pyramid, but he doesn't look at me at all. Well, the zone starts moving and I gotta get out and I gotta go fight somebody and get a map refresh because if I don't, I'm running out of mats and I'm not gonna win. Don't ask me how the man got slimed, I have no fucking idea. You know, I really forgot how good floppers were until this game. Used my last quick heal and I'm on 6 builds left. Now 3 and 0. You know, maybe if I was a little more careful with my materials, I wouldn't have this happen. Also, it sent me right to the death screen for some reason. Yeah, you know, I kinda like it when I can see the player, even if they would emote on me. I still like seeing the player. You know, I forgot that you could just mantle up there and the glass will automatically break. Kind of a bad play there. Must have had high ping or something, because I was able to take his builds pretty quickly and swiftly, and he couldn't even react. You guys should know by now not to use the wingsuit to push people unless they are absolutely in their box and they don't even have a clue that you're coming, because it leads to stuff like this where you're just an easy picking target for me, or really any good player on the field. And yeah, I mean, this is what happens when I miss a shot. For some reason, I saw this big ass surge base, or if you could even call this a surge base, like holy crap. Went outside of a box to take a quick screenshot for Twitter, which you should definitely go follow my Twitter, by the way. I only post banger content there. And I also post banger content here too, so you should definitely subscribe onto my channel here as well. Only got 50 builds, so I'm trying to be, you know, really conservative of my mats. So you tell me how this guy was able to hit me when he wasn't even placing a shotgun on my head. Bullshit like that happens, and I definitely should have used my cheesy poops. Game 36, the stick of truth is now live, so I'm gonna go and grab it to try and get some content. Don't ask me what happened, the dude got slimed. I have no idea how he did, so don't ask me. I actually didn't really know what it did too much, so I literally boxed up to go and read about it to see what it, you know, actually did, if it did anything useful, which I don't think so. Thought the best fit for it was to use it near me, near the edge of circle. I thought that was the best fit. Now everybody starts to get slimed by one another because this is what it actually feels like to be in a tournament setting, I swear to God. In build mode, 6 people cramped into this final circle, yeah, you're gonna get the tournament experience. Storm started caving in. Yeah, so it's gonna come down to a heal off. Nobody could heal off better than the white guy. Or girl. Sorry. Nothing goes well, game 37. Absolutely nothing. But I did do your mother last night well. Box fight, build fighting, it's all just building. There's not really any shots being shot at each other here. Right away started to try and get picks on other people on that build fight because there's still like 3 people there. Found the same guy that started the fight with me later on, eating food off the ground when I saw the guy come in and kill me. And yeah, there's really nothing I could do here. I'm kind of just, you know, screwed. Surfing! Because why not? You had a shotgun while I only had an AR and SMG. I don't know how you lose this battle. And then later on I get gunned down to death by another pink-haired lady. The Paradise Palms 100 drops still shines through. Listen, that probably could have been one of the most fun 100 drops if I just didn't have internet issues. To be quite frank with you, the most fun I had while recording a 100 drops is the Tilted Towers one. I probably off spawn a lot, but you know what? I died to real players, which to me, that's still fun. The recording for Game 41 is actually exactly 12 minutes, which is really funny. First real player fight, by the way. Didn't last long. For her. But it didn't last long for me either, because I died. Storm. This fight was pretty boring. I'm just gonna sway with boredom. Game 43, however, is not boring. After rotating out of Battlewood, you're guaranteed to find somebody on the hill, at least somewhat. Unfortunately for this person, he just wasn't that good and couldn't compare to the Master Chief. Running up the hill where I found this Chaos Agent, and for some reason it took us like 6 years to shoot each other with our shotguns. Watch this. Sure, Red Hot Flaming Guy, just sit there while I laser you down with my Deadeye Assault Rifle. For some reason, I was on fire with my sniper rifle. I don't know why, but I can't explain it. As much as I want to do it again, I used up all my style points, so I couldn't hit this guy again after. Top 3, and now I'm on the low ground with another person beside me. This was definitely a wild one. I did not expect it to be like this intense. Don't ask me how. I don't know how this man died. Don't ask me how. 1v1 and we're launch padding in the final circle. You can tell it doesn't really go too well for him. He has mats, I barely do, but when it came down, my AR shot landed. You mind telling me what you're doing in Fortnite, Master Chief? Sir, destroying kids. 44. Was able to kill the boss guy somehow. Don't ask me how, I did it. But I'm good at the game, I guess, right? Killed him. But there's so many trade-offs that it's almost like you shouldn't pick it up. This guy's ping must be terrible, because how are you going to let me get in your box like this and take your walls and place cones and everything like that? This is the first sight you see of the Kenny's Revive token, which is way better than the Self-Revive. The only problem is, in build mode, you don't get at least like 50 mats when you respawn. It's kind of stupid. Well, I don't even have to say how this is going to end. Knew I wasn't going to win from heal off, so I just went to try and kill people and it didn't work out. Probably should have looked for a Deadeye AR instead of a blue Enforcer. Got my Deadeye from a bot, but it doesn't matter anyway. Grass pads are so amazing, man. You get to pull off plays like this. May have missed all my shots, but don't worry. I killed him eventually. He wasn't that good. Top 10 and I'm now finding players. Another person came in third party, that's why I'm not moving from my structure here. If there was no third party, I would have moved from my structure to try and kill this guy. Instead, I got killed. By my own wife. Okay, I know that she not my wife, but she my wife in my dreams. Let a man dream. You don't run from me. I run from you. I also run away from paying my taxes. But the IRS will never catch me. I can admit that. It's not like this video is gonna, I don't know, go viral and probably get a couple thousand views. Right, guys? It's gonna get a lot of views, right? Right? Jeez, maybe I should have used some of those materials I had in my inventory. What's better than 48? 49. Because it's a higher number. You are halfway through watching this video, and I am halfway through suffering. Could you imagine having to record 100 games, but also edit all those 100 games into one video? You know, these videos take a lot of time to make. I'd greatly appreciate if you subscribe. So, coming out of Battlewood Boulevard, and there's this person also rotating out of Battlewood Boulevard, so obviously I'm going to pressure him. He wasn't that good. I mean, what more do you want from this guy? He didn't know what to do. Both of us came down to a retard off because we couldn't hit our shots, both of us, but in the end, he was the one that got the shots off, not me. 2 bot kills and a death later on. Gold Rush event, and I saw a guy up on the bridge here. Both of us fighting, and some other guy shot me later on, and he held the cone there pretty well too. And on Hopes and Dreams, I was able to kill this guy with a 1 HP clutch, kind of. Quick question, why does everybody like think mantling's gonna kill the guy, you know? All you're doing is giving the guy a free shot on you, literally. And yes, I know I do it too sometimes, but I try not to. That's the difference. Like, you think people with a functional frontal lobe would say, if I mantle, I'm gonna put myself in this guy's danger, in this guy's eyesight, so I'm gonna do it. Like, do you somehow not see the shotgun I have out in my hands that's in your face? I want you to guess how I won. Seriously, what goes on in people's minds when they go and mantle? I don't get it. Guy under the bridge. And I just waited. Waited for my time to strike. Leads to nowhere, and then I do a dumbass peanut butter edit to try and kill this guy, and it doesn't work. Nothing good happened in game 55, unfortunately for me. Somehow I lose. 3 bot kills and coming out of Battlewood Boulevard. And wouldn't you be shocked to learn that I don't even live off of that. Alright, we last longer than 9 minutes in game 57. That took about 5 takes for me to say that, by the way. I'm not kidding. Shows you how much effort goes into these videos. Ah, well, think about it. I have to play 100 games of Fortnite, which takes hours and months on end, probably sometimes. Then I have to spend more days and more hours editing all the footage down to a consumable chunk of your day. Come up with my smart-ass remarks while editing, and usually on the spot too. Then I have to draw the thumbnail and make the thumbnail. Bada bing, bada boom, 100 drops is made. It's not an easy process. I'll say that. It takes, like, hours out of my day. But it's an activity I'm willing to do and to get better at. And that's all the motivation you need to make a video, or whatever you want to make. And if you look at my channel, and if you look way back, I used to put out, like, shitty-ass Minecraft gameplay videos and think that was gonna work. That was all recorded on a tablet and put out with very shitty audio. The best part about those early videos is the fact that if I had an idea, I did it, man. I didn't have any thoughts of, oh, what if this flops, or what if this doesn't do well. I still did it. Point is, if you think something is good, something that you think will work, try and do it. Because you'll do your best work, and who knows, it might work out. You know, even if later on I don't even crack 1K subs, I can't even get monetization on this YouTube channel or anything, I can look back and say, at least I tried. I can look back and say, I tried. I tried to make something I love doing into a job of some sort. Try. Just keep trying, and hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, well, at least you tried. Alright, I'm pretty sure you're bored of the motivational shit. Back to talking about Fortnite. If you look back on that name, back on that guy that killed me, you think he's like secretly Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, hey, you never know. He could be alive and we don't know. I mean, wouldn't it be funny if they found out that he was alive from like Fortnite tracker or something? That would be pretty funny, right? Oh wait. Anyway, I was talking to the lady trying to get some lore and I got shot at.
I was just trying to do my quests, and this kind of skin killed me.
For the first time, I actually fought the boss and got the mythic. Didn't pick up the medallion though, because that shit is useless. There's just way too many trade-offs with the medallion that it's almost just not worth picking up anymore. Maybe in like duels or squads or trios, I can see the reason why you would pick it up, but in solo mode, it's just completely useless, man. But before it was nerfed, it was way too overpowered. So it's almost like medallions in general are just not good for the game. They're either way too overpowered or they're too dull that there's really no reason to pick it up. I think it's clear that Epic would have learned that lesson like since chapter 5, but apparently not, which is really weird. You think he forgot that you could, you know, shoot through the gate? It's not a barrier? You think he forgot about that? A couple more people wanted the heat, and I gave him it. I knocked down this guy's build, and for some reason he didn't replace it, and then thought it was a great idea to come near me like this, and then I just peanut butter at it and just kill him. A bunch of meaningless fighting led up to this point where I go up to challenge this guy with my shotgun, and he uses a lightning gun, which doesn't really work on me. Seriously, what are people's thoughts when they use the wingsuit to come up and challenge you like this and push you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. got into a gas station fight with another local. He did a left-hand peanut butter edit, and I was able to counter it with my own edit to counter him, and then I edited a window, but he got out. Eventually, he panicked and then didn't know where he was going, and he got stuck in a crevice here. Was able to use the stealth rift modifier to sneak up on this guy, but he gave me a hefty ton of damage back. Repositioned myself to try and heal, but it didn't go well because I went up in the air and I crashed down, and yep, that happened. Just a really boring game. I'm telling you, games would be less boring if, you know, there wasn't any bots. I really love the tac pistol. A lot. I'm going to rotate out where this guy from an anime, I have no idea where he's from, tried up and came to kill me. I survived this on 64 HP, which is kind of impressive in my opinion. That storm is coming and I had to go, but that guy popped up just in time to kill me. He had the smiley face in his name. What the heck was I supposed to do? Also, this is when the Chaperone teasers got added, so I just explored it. All of those 5 kills were bot kills, and when I finally ran into a real player, I died. Okay, it's a funny number game. Go and make your jokes in the comments. I had one of the South Park quests where you have to turn into a boss, so I went and became a boss just for the South Park quest. Another mistake of mantling, which is what everybody fucking does for some reason. Marge from Simpsons didn't know where the fuck she was going, and I killed her for it. I would have liked for this game to be shorter because it's game 6-7, but, you know, whatever. Discord users after a long day of pretending to be an e-girl. Missed all of my shots when it mattered the most. Alright, now it's the actual funny numbers game. Unfortunately, this game is as boring as watching a nature documentary. So boring that I'm just gonna show my death here and nothing else. Game 70 is much better, I think. Am I the only one that thinks the invisibility stealth flash is like one of the most useless items in solos? Good sir, you could not hide from me up on the rooftop. Came down here to try and kill the man and he almost killed me. Like, legit man, I should not have rushed in head first. Got the respawn token off the supply drop. I don't know what the plan is running in circles when you're like really low and I keep chipping away at your health for small damage, but it almost worked. He almost got the behind back shot on me. Check out this epic-ass Crash Pad Jr. play. Later on, the Stick of Truth got summoned by somebody, and we all hurled ass to the location. Another person came up and started to fight the other guy, so I'm just letting them two fight now. Wasn't paying attention at all, and then I ran into this guy, and he just pumped me. Respawned, but I literally have no mats or anything, so it's pretty easy for him. 2 bot kills, and now I'm leaving Battlewood. Yeah, I finally found a real player after a while and took a bad peek. Why is everyone's first reaction when they're getting shot at to spray the lightning gun whenever they have it? You can see I finally ran into another real player. Pumped him for 100, but doesn't matter because he fell off and died fall damage. More people came over, of course. I mean, you are at Lethal Labs, like, literally center of the map. Found another person, and then I was able to kill him, but he had the Kenny respawn token, so he's just gonna come back. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're pretty powerless anyway, even after you respawn. And I kind of wish you respawn with mats or something, with the Kenny respawn token builds, you know? Really tired of these off spawns where I only have one real player or I have no real players. It's getting really annoying. You saw the split-second frame that I killed that guy. Was able to hit a hard key clutch to kill this guy and get his loot and get his heals and everything like that. Real Spider-Man would have dodged all of these bullets. Shot out a car in a parking garage. It's actually a gas station. You can tell I'm running out of things to say. It's really fast. I don't got many jokes left. Funny thing about Game 75, the recording literally just ends. I ran out of hard drive space. Game 76, I'm panicking so much because I ran out of mats and I got this guy really low with Storm coming in. He was able to shoot me and get me low, but I was able to kill him before I died the Storm. Game 77, my internet disconnected, and I had to watch this guy get pummeled by bullets. Well, I've had a couple of atrocities in games, so now it's time for me to have a decent game. After wingsuiting out of there, I met another guy near the north of Battlewood Boulevard. The battle ended with him jumping off the side and killing himself, essentially. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. Trapping yourself in a building like this is one of the worst things you could do. Found a dude that probably queued for the wrong mode. He has no clue what he's doing, and I'm able to hit this very basic piece control. And to be honest, I wouldn't even really consider that a piece control. It's more just me editing a couple builds to look stylish. Chased him down until he just couldn't get chased anymore. Found another man, Marty McFly, hiding in the building, and I punished him for trying to hide in the building, and he doesn't even build once. Hey, would you look at that? It's a 1v1. I'll tell you what, this fight lasted a longer time than it should have. I should have put this guy in the dirt after the first interaction. I was holding circle and he wingsuited toward me, which was probably one of the worst decisions he could have done, but I missed all my shots. He knows he's screwed, he doesn't have any builds, so I just went down and killed him for it. Now, that's why you always conserve your mats in the endgame. Can I say this season felt very grounded gunplay, which I do really like a lot. Fortnite recently has been a game more about craziness rather than the gunplay, I feel, and to have a season that's more grounded gunplay just feels amazing. Most of my deaths this season didn't feel unfair like some of the previous ones. Most of my deaths actually just feel like I basically just got outskilled by the other opponent. There was no overpowered crux item that you had to use to win a game. There was no automatic I win button that the opponent could press and you just die in an instant. There wasn't really any huge problems this season. The only huge problem was shockwaves, and that problem still consists because they just unvaulted them at the time of recording this. But one thing is that the season felt pretty bland. In my opinion, it's missing that extra oomph for you to, log on and play. Which kind of sucks because this game is more of a grounded gunplay now, and now it's like too boring, which is really weird, and I feel weird with that. This is really subjective, but I think it's the map. I just kind of wish the map was more vibrant. I think that'd give a little more of that oomph to play Fortnite. You don't realize it, but the map has a very crucial part on your motivation to play Fortnite. More vibrant colored maps, like Chapter 1's map, Chapter 2 map, is generally going to be more fun to play on, and it's going to feel less dull than these newer maps that feel dull. The last map, in my opinion, that felt vibrant was Chapter 4's map. Not kidding, by the way. Dull maps are just not fun to look at and not fun to play on, because you feel like you're not alive. When I think of a good map, I think of Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and Chapter 1, not the recent ones. They're trying to be realistic, and I'm not in agreement with that. Fortnite's a cartoony game, not a realistic game that's supposed to be all realistic and everything. I just wish this game would be more alive and more, vibrant, not this realistic dull shit they keep going for. It just makes me mad. Girl's hiding like Annie Frank. I don't know why you would sit on the stair like that. I wonder what goes through people's minds when they make their usernames. Like, what is this? Like, you can tell that kid's 12 years old. Nah, bro, I'm sorry. You ain't getting that slurp truck for that 100 HP. That's my slurp truck. Was looking for a fight and I saw the beach guy, Brutus boss, so I went over to kill him. Or at least try to. I said this before and I'll say it again. Fighting in a house is one of the worst things that can happen. It almost never ends up good for you. Almost. The guy came over to try and kill me because he heard the fight going on, but I killed him. He wasn't prepared. Like, why the fuck would you challenge me when you're on 100 HP with no shield? Doesn't make any sense. I'll be the first one to say that this storm circle wasn't good for any of us at all. The smart play would have been to stay on the high ground, but get to the point where you're not going to die from fall damage, but this guy didn't do that. Well, as you saw, I got him low, so he's going to chug in here, but he made the mistake of not making his own box. Yeah. 16 kills. That is the record of the most kills in a 100 drops game. Coming out of Battlewood Boulevard, and he couldn't see me through the tree, so I went over then and killed him, but he was clearly clueless attack. Got into a fight near Lethal Labs. It leads to nothing, and I'll eventually find the Snoop Dogg that was running from Circle because someone used the Stick of Truth. We all run into one in the center, and I was able to snipe this guy. If you can see the problem, I don't have any white heals, so I knew I had to try and be aggressive. And, well, I got killed. Only bots in Battlewood. Why? Battlewood Boulevard is literally the most, largest POI on the map, so why is, nobody landing it? I'm not that bad at the game where I have bot lobbies. I want you to take a quick look at my health right now. By the way, this guy just respawned, so that's why he has, no mats and he's hiding behind rocks and everything like that. Well, I won, and that was pretty easy, considering he has like nothing. Easiest win of my life. Like, 8 of those kills were bots. Alright, you waited long enough. Let's talk about strategy. If you're new to Battlewood, I recommend dropping the little garages near it. It's one of the best locations. You're not diving into the craziness of Battlewood Boulevard if there's a lot of people dropping here, which gives you some time to loot and everything else. And after you loot it up, when you're ready, you can come out to the craziness and start and try and kill somebody. It's got a decent amount of chests, so even if you do drop here and there's a lot of people, you should still be able to get a full loadout before you go into the crazy. It's generally the best spot to drop if you're new to Battlewood. Obviously, if you're a daredevil, you could go and, drop the theater, which is pretty bad, but I'm not going to stop you from doing it. Or you could drop the houses. The houses are usually pretty chill, but again, that depends on how many people are there. Found this guy, did a little edit on him, and did a couple edits, and a little more, and now he's dead. He'll be back later, though. Yeah, everyone's got respawn tokens, including me. You can probably tell I did not last any longer. Again, with the mantling. Stop mantling when I'm clearly shooting at you. Maybe it's not the best idea to jump into my box and try and spray me down. And we are hiding. Brilliant. I have all the walls here, pal. Another man with the respawn token. Everyone's got him, man. Slid into this guy's DMs and I immediately shut him down with any chance I could to just spray him down with my SMG, then use my shotgun. People who only use the lightning gun piss me off so much. Like, there's other options and you need to pull out a different gun, bro. Like, the lightning gun may be powerful, but it's not that powerful to only use it like the Nitro Fists, or the Typhoon Blade, or the Kneecapper, for example. It's just people are so used to being babysat with clutch items that when they actually have to use a gun, they can't use it well. And now we're searching again. Searching for the guy. He came up through the ascender you see back there, and I was able to spray him down, which he didn't build immediately right when I landed my first bullet on him. Must be low on mats. Went down and took his wall, and if he had an iron pump shotgun, I would have been dead. He would have won. 17 kills. That's a record set again. Blind this guy out like I was Prime King Vaughn. Holy shit. Later on, I ran to lethal where I found this one guy and I missed my punch shot there. Do you like watching box fighting? Because I box fight this guy and I take a terrible peek here, but, it doesn't really matter. I was able to just SMG spray in his box and I eventually killed him. So I ran around to try and get the flank on this guy, and he must have known or heard my footsteps or whatever, because he was able to find me, and I tried shooting back, but he just out-damaged me. Well, this was truly a sight to see. Everyone rushing in from the circle. Felt like Blitz, but with builds and more sweatier. But I couldn't last at all. Found Godzilla on the roof, and I was able to shotgun him 2 times and blast his ship smooth. Later on in the game, I found this other cute woman. I don't know the name of the skin. Don't ask me. Boring ass game until I ran into the Sunstrider over here that didn't see me coming. Later on, she ran away from me because she got scared and she knew she was gonna die. So guess what I decided to do with the 4 crash pads in my inventory? Yeah, she didn't last much longer with that, and if you run, I'm gonna chase you down if I have the material too. Well, on the final guy. I don't know if it was a bot or not. Looks like it was. Most boring win I've had in a long time. Nobody at Battlewood again for some reason. There's literally nothing interesting about this game. I mean, the only thing is that he got my tippy toes. Didn't kill a single real player, and then I got killed by an actual real player later on in the game. Leaving Battlewood with 4 bot kills. And wouldn't you be shocked to learn that I actually die later? I massacred a man, and it felt really good. Battlewood was boring again, unfortunately. I hate it when it's like this. You know, I will say this. It felt really weird going from the Tilted Towers 100 drops to the Battlewood Boulevard 100 drops. Went from really action-packed off-spawns to really boring and dull off-spawns where there wasn't really anything to be, done. But you see, when there's less people dropping out of POI, you see I actually fairly do better. Like, nobody really dropped Battlewood for the most part, and I'm kind of sad about that. And the funny part is, Tilted Towers 100 drops warmed me up for that, and it all kind of went to waste. Like, imagine how short the video would be if, like, a lot of people dropped that Battlewood. Which is actually pretty weird, because Battlewood Boulevard is one of the biggest POIs, so you'd think people would drop at it. And it sucks. Because There would have been a lot better off spawns if there was just no bots in Fortnite. Bots just kill the aliveness to Fortnite, in my opinion. It sucks. I just, really wish the game was more action-packed. Left Battlewood with 3 bot kills under my belt. Yes, I know the number does not match up with the game number. I accidentally recorded an extra game, which you'll see at the end. It actually happens a lot. More than you think. Go watch my other videos. You'll see how much I accidentally record extra games. Finally got an off-spawn fight. Kind of. Stayed in Battlewood, but this is a mid-game fight, so it's not really off-spawn. Default danced my way down the humble hills, and I tried making a crash pad play, but he was able to counter it. So you see, other guy was fighting other guy 2, and then other guy 1 came over to kill me when I went to heal, and I knew I wasn't gonna survive the encounter because, I'm really low, and yeah, I die. Yeah, no, I would do a Homer Simpson impression, but I'm not good at it, so I'm not gonna do it. Later on, I found the girl that has to cry for a Grammy in Battlewood Boulevard, and I put her down. Later on, I found the same girl, but a different type of it, and I slid into her DMs, and I basically murdered her. Don't know how the mark system thing works, but I found one guy because of it. Probably shouldn't have been pushing a fight when I'm 124 HP, but, it's alright. We're almost done, and I'm almost done suffering through playing the game and editing this video. It's 1 AM. I just want to go to bed. I want to get some shut-eye. This guy ain't getting shut-eye, though. Or in the game he is. He's technically dead. With how often I get into gas station fights, it reminds me of Wrecked when everyone was at those gas stations. Which ones I'm talking about. Fun fact, I was actually going to do a Brutal Beach Shot 100 drops in Wrecked, but I hated the season so badly that I didn't do it. I mean, I didn't like Absolute Doom either, but I thought Absolute Doom was more tolerable than Wrecked. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so glad that the Towers 100 drops video overtook my Doomstat 100 drops. That video is so bad. If you're wondering why I hate the video, it's because it's so poorly edited. I had to rush it like 3 times and it still came out ass. I want to take it down, but I'm going to keep it up because it's history and, I got to show where I came from and how well my videos have improved since then. And hopefully throughout this year they improve even more. I have some ideas in my head that could improve the videos here. You just gotta wait and see it though. I'm not going to spoil my ideas just yet. I don't want to spoil it at all. And here it is, Game 100, or at least what should be Game 100. If you've watched the whole video up until this point, I seriously thank you. A lot of time goes into these videos, and I greatly appreciate it if you watch the entire thing. Unfortunately, Game 100 isn't long, I wish it was, but you'll see what should be Game 100. So, after dropping Battlewood Boulevard, how well did I do? Because the point of 100 drops is to get better. In my first 50 games, I had a total eliminations of 208 with my average being 4. And my total placement for these first 50 games was 1,319 with my average being 26. In the second half, I had a total eliminations of 280 with my average being 5. And my total placement in the last 50 where it was 851 with my average being 17. In total, my total eliminations was 488 with my average being 9. And my total placement was 2,170 with my average being 48, as well as my win rate being 10%. So yes, I did improve tremendously, which is actually really fucking good and I really feel accomplished after this. I really try to be more aggressive. That was kind of my point of this 100 drops this time, and I'm pretty glad about it. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching the video. If you made it all the way through, I tremendously appreciate it, and I love you if you do. I'm definitely going to improve content this year, so I'm looking forward to it. And as always, stay amazing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!